Kia ora, Scorpio. Thanks for joining me. This is your new moon in Aries reading. And the new moon is literally about, 12 hours away, something like that. It is a continuum, of course, but we've also got the equinox, so it's kind of a special time. Now, hopefully this isn't too grainy. It's quite dark and grey out there today. So let's get your readings out. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for liking and subscribing and all of that good stuff. It really helps these videos to be seen by more people. So let's see what's on the storyboard today. Remember, take what resonates, just leave what doesn't. And do check out any other titles that stand out for you on this channel. Have a look around. I've been going for a couple of years now, I think. Yeah, so let's see, Scorpio, what this new moon storyline is for you at this time. Equinox. Crossover point. Seasonal crossover. Let's see. Oh, we've got quite a few here. Just get one more card. One more card, Scorpio. Okay, and we do, if you haven't joined me before, we do go through and clarify with a few other decks as well. So we're coming out, Scorpio, with Six of Swords, which is a wonderful card. We're kind of, if not moving psychologically to a calmer, more balanced place, a better place, actually, pretty much in a nutshell. Psychologically, you might be traveling. There's certainly a shift here, a shift in possibly perspectives. And an idea of your own value, I think, when I'm looking through here. So, Six of Swords, wonderful card. We're really quite invulnerable in the Six. All these little markings are the defense positions marked out for a fencer. So there's an untouchability about the Six of Swords, and of course in traditional decks you see the figures kind of cloaked. Sometimes it's undercover. Sometimes no one's seeing this movement that we are on a personal level possibly going through. Then we have the Two of Cups, a beautiful card of harmony, balance, reciprocal giving and receiving. It's probably one of the most harmonious cards in the tarot deck, I always think. And of course it is two, called Love in the Thoth deck. And we can look at contracts being made here as well. There's a solidity, even though it's water, it's of the emotions, but there's a solidity within that. There's a commitment, pretty much. So, maybe a commitment to the self, a commitment to another in your life. But there's definitely a breath of fresh air, some fresh air coming through. Then we have the beautiful Queen of Discs. Queen of Discs, high up on the hilltop, looking back. This queen does a review. So, I kind of see this. Sometimes I do see the initial cards coming out as a definite split, like the first two and then the second two. And I do see it here that we've got that queen. She's doing a review. She's doing a long, hard review. And then, we've got the Five of Cups. So I do see it as being a recognizing your own ability, whether that's in the past or the present, to actually shift your perspective on a situation. And I would say it is a situation to do, obviously, with the emotions. here in this Five of Cups, where we know that we've got 3 spilt cups, but we also have 2 full ones. We have 2 full ones here. And I do see this as a past, as if those last 2 cards are from the past. So let's just clarify here for you, Scorpio. Let's have a look. 6 of Swords. There might be travel afoot. There might be, I think there's a definite change in your direction or your way of dealing with either relationships or an insight into your ways of relating here. So to clarify, it's as if we've been through this a whole ton of times, I feel, Scorpio. Like, it's a recreation. I mean, you're good at that, recreating, transforming yourself, rebuilding yourself is what I'm getting here. The Page of Wands, experimental, trying new things, a learner's mind. Knight of Wands, we've elevated here. There's an impulsivity in this card. It is fire of fire. And fire needs fuel. And maybe this is part of, the Scorpionic trajectory. I know we're all made up of all different elements and signs, so, but I do see it as that, as like you've upped your own ante here. And then we get another 6. There's an emotional confronting something within the ways that you relate, certainly in the area of possible romantic partnerships. And of course the 6 of Cups relates to very much a giving, a process, or the act of giving without any expectation. I can open my heart without being afraid, because I'm not locked in or locked on to any outcome. You know what I mean? So in some ways that travelling in that boat across water, whether it's psychological or whatever it is, has allowed you a level of freedom. So let's just continue. 2 of Cups for Scorpio, please, for this new moon in Aries. New moon in Aries. Yeah, because I do think in the past, this is a great time of things speeding up, and a great time to get to really kick some intentions, plans off, because it's just, I guess, on a planetary level, not that I'm an astrologer, but it's quite conducive to getting things moving quite quickly. So we're looking at the 2 of Cups, this card of choice, card of commitment, of an equal giving and receiving. In the past, possibly, in the past it's taken a long time. I do see, to get to this point, I do see for some Scorpios out there that it is a past experience or experiences, obviously, that have impacted over time, that have built up, like stacked up over time. And I think you've kind of managed to dissolve it, I guess, to dissolve it. 2 of Cups, Hanged Man, we retreat into Hanged Man mode in order. Five of Cups at the end, in order to shift our perspective here. We go into that because we know when we come out, when all the juices have done their thing, when we come out of Hanged Man mode at the right time, our perspective shifts. With that, we have the Eight of Swords, a card of what is in effect self-limitation. It's your own mind. Eight's been all of the mind, as are swords. We keep ourselves in a place sometimes that isn't necessary, in terms of limitations that aren't necessary. It's just actually in our own head. So let us look back at this Queen who is looking back through the past, through all the trials and tribulations. It's giving us fuel, like I said, with those Knight and the Prince of Wands. We need fuel for our fire. That's spurring us on at the moment. Scorpio, we've got the Ace of Wands, where in some ways, from past experience, we've decided to start over again in a new way after experiencing that Hanged Man. There is a commitment to the self as much as potentially to someone else. That is where it all begins, is it not? Let us see. Well, we're sort of seeing in a different way in this card with the blindfold on. We see the new moon up there. This is a card of making a choice, as all twos are. But we are making that based upon our intuitive faculties, Scorpio, on our guidance. Whatever way you see your own personal guidance, this is what a decision is being made upon. And I do think it is in regards to, for some of you, a relationship here. And with Queen, the Queen of Cups. Wonderful objective Queen, you would say. How else could you ever keep that cup perpetually kind of full? She's like, I mean, I always think of it like gills, like water in and out. Not a filtration system, but it's like this osmotic function, with the main central point of it being the heart. It's all quite interesting. What have we got on the bottom? We've got the Two of Cups on the bottom of this deck. It's only time, and Temperance on the top. There's just a timing here. For some, it's happening now. For others, it possibly either took quite a long time, or it is currently, but not for long. Scorpio is what I get. Let's look at the six, beginning these two sixes here. This is a transformation in the way that you do what you do. We've got death in the way that you conduct your relationships with yourself and with others. We've got the Death card. Let us look at. Gosh, it's such a miserable day here, and it's been so hot lately. Let us look at the two with the Two of Cups, with the Hanged Man and the Eight of Swords. It's a celebration because there is movement. We've got Los Guna getting stuck in the mud, but we rediscover some of those aspects of ourselves that are pretty special, actually. If not that other people in your life. And so we rediscover what is actually familiar to us. Oh, I never saw that in that light before. you know, and there's a celebration around that because it opens up your life to be able to receive more, Scorpio. This is what it is. Fairies of the future, you're running with it. Let's look at this Queen of Discs. You've got two Queens of the Earth and of the Waters. There has been a decision. Of course, we have that, where is it? Where is she? We've got the two of swords there. I'll show you in a minute. Yeah. So we're looking at Queen, doing a review, good times and the bad times, and all that terrain that's been covered. Ace of Wands, an infusion of vitality and life force. Two of Swords, new moon, making a decision or a choice based on your intuitive faculties. Remember, the Two of Cups is as much about reciprocal giving and receiving as it is about choice, is it not? That is a choice. How much can I receive? How much am I able to receive? So we're looking at this Queen. We've got three cards from Brian Froud's Pixie and Fairy Spirit. Darts are breaking free, breaking through. This is a Scorpio expressing themselves fully. There was a point, I do believe, a level of indecision, or in fact more so a level of imbalance for a while. But you knew the direction that was required of you by you. And that gives you a level of mastery as we sit here talking of this right now. Scorpio, it gives you a level of great mastery with the Master Maker. And we are scarred by those things of the past. We heal. But we still carry the memories, don't we? Six of Cup, memories in our body. Master Maker. And with this Five of Cups and the Queen of Cups, we have that emotional strength. We have also honesty, more emotional strength, the strength to be very clear, open and honest. That in itself sends out a frequency that's very high octane love gas, you could say. It's a high level frequency that other people pick up on, and that acts like a magnet, Scorpio. There's always a level of magnetism in people with a lot of Scorpio, or some, depending where it is, I guess. Let's get a Kim Cran's Animal Spirit card. Well, that just flew out. Love it. Scorpio, are we in the realms? I think we are. We might be in those realms of the unicorn, the beautiful unicorn. It's hard to see the colour in this card because it's really lovely, subtle colouring. I think in the last Sagittarius reading, there was this point where the Sagittarian had upped their levels in some way, like beyond their own operating system, so that they, and I don't think I said it or talked of it, but all I could see was this sort of this kind of fairground, like this wild fantasy fairground, with the carousel, and this reminds me of that, and that was about high octane guidance. And so is this. On that note, Scorpio, thanks for joining me. Take good care. And as I said, check out any other readings whose titles stand out for you, and enjoy wonderfully this equinox time and the new moon in Aries. On that note, take good care. Ka kite.